guys, welcome back to Pitstop! The British Grand Prix is here!
The British Grand Prix is here. But before that, we've had the Austrian Grand Prix. Hey!
Yes.
Some big claps to start off.
Yeah, boy, we got a big week. So we've combined two pods together pretty much because we got events all weekend in London.
Yep.
And also our air conditioning broke.
Yeah.
And it was 35 degrees in here. So we weren't filming.
It's not so bad today, to be fair. It's gloomy in London today, so we've taken the opportunity to get everything into one.
Yes.
But the Austrian Grand Prix was unreal.
Yep.
I'm going to go in with my very first note I wrote, and this was on qualifying, saying Lando's quali lap as a 103 was absolutely insane. I mean, the highest on here is a 105.
Was he down in the 103s?
Yeah,
was he?
his
Yeah, that's
quali lap that got
ridiculous.
him in was a 103.9 or something like that.
Yeah.
Insane. And he won the race. Lando Norris is back, so we'll give him a clap.
He is.
Congratulations.
And I got some interesting stuff around that, actually, which you might like to know.
Enlighten me.
Well, Lando Norris has finished ahead of Oscar Piastri 5 times this year,
Okay.
which is very interesting. The same amount of times that Oscar has finished in front of Lando. So now they're level pegging, mate.
Even Stevens.
Even Stevens, which is incredibly interesting because if you cast your mind back to Canada
Yep.
and you remember the little crash that happened,
Yeah.
well, if he hadn't had that crash, Lando would have 6 races ahead of Oscar Piastri, meaning that he would be ahead of Oscar.
Okay. Where are you going with this?
Where I'm going is that we have been favouring Oscar, rightly so. Rightly so. No, stay with me,
I
stay
don't know
with
about
me.
this.
We've been favouring Oscar, and Oscar has looked like, you know, the kingpin at McLaren. Looks like he's been spanking Lando every race weekend. But Lando's there, and he's coming back through. And just how I predicted at the start of the season, Lando Norris wins the championship. I think there's a good chance it could now happen.
It's either going to be Lando or Oscar, but it's going to be Oscar this year.
You writing Max completely out of it now?
Oh.
Still third.
What happened to Max in Austria?
Yeah.
Oh my God, there is a bead of sweat dripping down my forehead. I can feel it.
Looks great.
Yeah, what happened to Max?
Wet look. Max, it was Kimi, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Kimi, he had the little lock-up going into turn 3, lap 1, straight into the side of Max. It was race over for both of them. Now, there are some rumours that have been going around that was this a setup.
Okay, right, no, let's just clarify. This has actually come from someone sent this in. This is from Ovi, who messaged us on Pitstop originally, and they said, so Kimi takes Max out, Max doesn't score, Russell does, Max drops to 4th, it's not constructors, it's drivers.
Right.
So
But
if
Max
drops to 4th in the drivers,
Right.
then his exit clause is activated, so he could be allowed to leave.
So it's still not active then?
Well, where is he now in the driver's
Third.
standing?
Mate, I thought it was if Red Bull dropped to 4th in the constructors, then Max can leave because the team isn't doing very well.
I'm not actually sure. Well, obviously, this is just someone sending it in, isn't it? Like, I don't actually know.
No, exactly.
It's just someone DMing. It's not right.
Look, you can get caught up in the conspiracy theories. Either way, you know, if it was an intentional move, which we're not saying it is, we're not condoning it, but if it was an intentional move, you could see how that might set Max up because Toto Wolff has put the pen across the table to Max. We know the talks have been ongoing for months, but he has now given Max an offer. He has given Max an offer to join Mercedes.
Yeah, he can't close the door because it is Max. That's what he said, isn't it? I feel sorry for Russell. I feel so sorry for George. He's doing amazing.
He's doing amazing.
Looking after Kimi, and he's helped that team change away from Lewis. And now he's not even got a seat. All these performances and everything, and he has to see Toto talk about Max. But Toto did say he thinks it's very, very unlikely. And I think it is. Really, I mean, why would you get rid of Russell?
But the progression has been made today. News has come out today that he has put the pen across the table. There's been a lot of that. There's been a lot of jibber jabber talked around the paddock, but he has genuinely. It's been reported by
Where did you get this?
Sky.
Okay.
Sky, yeah, exactly.
Legitimate.
Change of tune. Yeah, Sky Italy. They have reported that he has physically made an offer to Max. So you know. it's not quite as far away as we thought, mate.
Well, Max will get an offer from every team if he's available, won't they? Even the teams that know they can't get him will be like, "Oh, we'll give you a $5, please come here."
Yeah.
You know, every team's gonna go for him.
Yeah, but if Max is going to go to a team, it's going to be Mercedes out of any of them.
Aston Martin.
Or Aston Martin. Yeah, or Aston Martin.
He's literally already signed for Aston. The
Yeah.
only reason Newey is at Aston is for Max. That's what I think.
Clip.
Like, why else would Newey have gone to that team from the best team if he didn't know what was going on?
Because
he wanted his own project.
He is the reason why that team was the best.
Okay, so if he then wants his own project, he would line up in his head who will be driving his cars. Who loves driving his cars? Mr. V.
I mean, that's the ideal situation, isn't it? The ideal situation is that Max goes to Aston, like we've said, and then it's just, Stroll out, and it's absolutely glorious.
Alonso out.
Nah, no, mate. No, we know it's never going to happen.
Newey's going to be pretty unhappy if he doesn't land the drivers he thought he was going to get.
Yeah, but at the same time, yeah, it's true. But at the same time, Alonso, 2-time world champion, should have been 5. He's got a great driver there already. Stroll, he's not a bad driver. He has got in the points this season. He's just, I don't think he hasn't consistently got it.
No.
Whether that's him or the car, I don't know. I think it's him. But he hasn't, but Alonso, he has the credentials.
Yeah, Alonso had a good weekend, didn't he? Yeah, he did. He finished right in front of Gabby, didn't he? They had that amazing moment.
Yeah.
And I love to watch it because obviously Alonso is Gabby's manager.
Yeah.
So whilst racing, he was also teaching him and giving him space at the same time.
It was like Father Bear playing with one of his cubs.
Yeah, and Gabby just couldn't get him. But both kicks, Bortolero finishing 8th and Nico finishing 9th is pretty unbelievable. So I think Steak might deserve a clap here.
Yep.
Congratulations, Steak.
Just to
Very well
reiterate
done.
as well that Nico actually went from last to 9th.
That's pretty unbelievable, isn't it?
Unbelievable in a state.
Yeah.
Some of the cars that he was overtaking. And also we do have to clap Liam Lawson.
Yeah, we do.
He did get, what was it, P6?
We'll clap Liam Lawson. P6.
Yeah.
And I predicted him to finish in the top 8.
You did,
So
mate.
that was a good prediction.
Yeah,
Thank
crazy
you, everyone.
prediction.
Remember that one. Forget the rest, but remember that one. No, it was a great race. I love Austria. A lot happened throughout it. We heard Oscar on the radio get a little bit sassy for the first time, saying that Alpine is still fucking over all this time.
Yeah. I'd love to hear that, though. I'm
And
so
I
glad we
love
hear
it.
that.
You want it from Oscar. You want as much as possible from Oscar.
Yeah. I love to hear it, mate. And the thing is that everyone, especially over this side of the world, you have these kind of like preconceptions of Australian people, how they're a bit ruthless and they're just, pretty chill, but they say whatever they want. Oscar's been so straight. He's been so clinical, the whole time he's been in F1. So to hear a bit of bite out of him, same with Alex Albon this year. All the drivers have been perking up a little bit.
It does make me wonder, what radio messages have we missed? Like, in our time in F1, like, what have they hidden or not broadcast, or have we just not seen? There must have been so many moments of people saying stuff.
So much, because that wasn't broadcast, was
No.
it? That was a straight up F1 TV. Jockey. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, you would be pissed if you were Oscar this weekend, I think. He was to finish within, didn't they finish within like 3 seconds of each other?
Yeah, it was close.
Which is bonkers. It's
They-
amazing Formula One is at a point like that.
They absolutely they f***ed Oscar that race. They are like Lando came in, had a bad pit. Oh, so all of a sudden Oscar's had one as well. Blimey. Oh, they left him out on the tyres for an extra few laps. Like, yeah, I think
Well, it was Oscar's choice. To be fair, they did ask Oscar
They
if he
did.
wanted to pit. And
That is true.
And I did say that I think the drivers have the best thing. I actually think that Lando just nailed it. Like, before that race, the commentators were saying how good Lando is here. They were saying how much he loves the track.
Yeah.
I just think he got it perfect.
Well, if Lando Norris wants a real challenge, then he would have to come on the pit stop fastest lap.
Yeah.
Because if he's putting in 103s around a real circuit, I can't imagine what he'd stick on that.
Yeah, with these great
With the
pedals
broken
that aren't
pedals.
screwed down. See what he would be capable of.
We actually saw Liam. We saw Liam Lawson last night at
We
the
did?
V-Carb livery launch party, which we'll be talking more about that in another episode. But
And Isaac Hadjar.
And Isaac Hadjar as well. And Liam, we didn't even mention nothing about the pod, and he was like, "Hey guys, am I still top of your leaderboard?" We're like, "Yeah, mate, don't worry, of course you are." He was gassed with that.
That is great to see him. Silverstone is going to be a very, very busy week.
Yep.
And we're going to be kicking it off right here, right now, Because I guess we should get on to Silverstone, maybe.
Yeah, we should. Arvid Lindblad is going to be driving an FP1
He is.
for Red Bull.
Arvid Lindblad is driving an FP1.
Which, again, just adds more fuel to the fire. You know, Does Max leave? Does Arvid replace him?
Wait and see.
Huh?
We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. And then
no one's going to be changing now. Let's put it that way.
But the bigger question is, though, where does George go?
There's no change.
You've got a driver.
The only change is Alonso loses his seat.
Mate, never.
Because you're making it, the way you're doing it, it means like 3 people have to change. If he goes to Mercedes, then where does Russell go? And then Russell, that won't happen. It will just be Max straight to Aston. And then Alonso out.
So why are all these news outlets reporting Max to Mercedes?
They're not. They're just saying Mercedes have made an offer. Mercedes' offer is going to be like genuinely probably about 50% of Aston's. Because Aston's is Saudi money. Like crazy money.
Yeah.
Hundreds and 50 millions.
But there's a cost cap, mate.
Not for a driver's salary. Driver's salary doesn't fall within cost cap. So they will literally go absolutely crazy amounts of money. That's how they've got Newey.
I swear we did a pod the other day. I swear we did a pod the other day about how the drivers...
No, we spoke about it and you said that shouldn't be in it. They're not in it. I asked you whether it should be because Briatore said they should be.
Oh.
Because he said it's unfair. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah. Look, I mean, yeah, Aston Martin is the right call, but at the moment it's Mercedes.
It's not. He's just made an offer.
What, have you not seen all the news articles about it?
I haven't seen anything.
You haven't seen anything?
No.
Mate, if you go on Google, it's like the first thing that comes up.
Yeah, but
everyone's talking about
Mercedes making an offer to Max doesn't mean he's going there.
No, of course it doesn't. But it means that Max has an offer.
But we've already heard that he's agreed to sign with Aston.
When?
Like a year ago.
When was that
We
agreed?
literally announced
Who the told us it's been agreed?
Right.
We just talk on these clips all the time.
All right. I'll let you deal with a replay.
Look, no, don't get it twisted. That would be my favourite decision.
No. Luke, find the clip of him sat on the sofa saying...
We start this podcast with some breaking news!
Yes, I love breaking news. What you got?
Max Verstappen is joining Aston Martin for 2026.
Right.
Mate, I also said Sebastian Vettel's returning to Formula 1.
He is!
You've said everything. You've said everything under the sun.
That's all happening.
Yeah, well, I don't think he's going to Aston Martin. But if he does, it'd be great, and I would have predicted it first. That's all that matters.
No, I think you don't want him to go to Aston because you know that Alonso will lose the seat. So I think you're just, please go to Mercedes.
I stand strong that Alonso would not lose his seat. It would be Stroll. It would be Stroll out. 100%. Can't race with those wrists, mate. You can't. I like you, but you can't race with those wrists.
Yeah, all right, maybe. Oh, God, Silverstone.
Yeah. So either way, right? George Russell, Lewis Hamilton, Lando Norris, 3 British drivers.
Yep.
Which one of them is winning the Grand Prix this weekend?
Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton is going to win Silverstone. Like, straight up, yeah. I mean, this, in my prediction, we'll see it at the end.
Yeah, we'll do it at the end.
But if we're realistic, no one thought he'd win it last year. Like, literally no one. And we were there, and unbelievable to see his last win with Mercedes. But I think it's going to happen again.
You do? Really?
I think when you're someone like him, you're in the bubble of some of the most famous, magical people in the world. You have the ability to... Energy surrounds you. Crazy things happen to these people, which is why they are that person, you know?
Law of attraction.
Yeah, pretty much. I think Lewis Hamilton wins Silverstone. You?
Yeah, I will say. I mean, we'll get into the predictions at the end, but I will say he will be great in practice. He'll be great in quali, but I think he just misses out. I think it's a Lando back to back. I do.
Oh, Oscar really can't let this happen, can he?
No, I
because
think
he's
it's
still leading the championship at the moment.
It's written in the F1 stars, mate.
What?
That Lando will win this one as well.
With the Lando stand.
Yeah, the thing is like, I mean, Oscar, he's a better driver. He's the better racer. He's the better racer. He is. Lando's quicker. Oscar, maybe even not. But it's written in the F1 stars. Lando needs to win this championship before the regs change. It has to happen.
Yeah.
There's no other way. It's been scribed into the side of a mountain somewhere in Bahrain. It's happening. Some things you can just predict are going to be so obvious.
No, but it's strange to me how I love that he's got his own stand, by the way. amazing, but it's also kind of funny to me that like he has his own stand, but like Hamilton doesn't.
No, well, you got the Hamilton straight in, yeah.
Is it named so that is fully his straight?
I guess so.
Okay, we're gonna cut that bit.
Unless it was named after his dad. No, we're going to keep that
We're gonna cut that bit.
Also,
Thanks, Luke.
Cops Corner was a great bloke. Named one after him.
That's a lie. That's a lie. What about Maggots? Maggots and Beckett's, were they cousins?
No, they were both teammates.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, for Boca Racing Team.
Nice.
Yeah. Just talking absolute waffle now.
Mm.
Yeah, British Grand Prix.
Hopefully we'll see some of you guys there. Comment down below if you're going.
Hang
where
on, we
you're
haven't
gonna
told
be.
them that we're going.
Yeah, we're going to be at Silverstone.
Yeah.
So comment down below if you're going and where you'll be watching the race from. We'll probably be wandering around a weekend, so maybe we'll see some of you in, I don't know, the different areas.
Yeah, I don't know what access we got. So
No.
we'll just be walking around. Somehow seem to sneak into a few areas we're not supposed to be. So keep a lookout. And maybe we'll bring something that someone can win if they find us.
Yeah, we do have a giveaway coming, not in today's episode, but you may just be able to see it behind me from the event last night. The lovely signed V-Cub top by Hajar and Lawson.
Yeah.
That giveaway will be on our Instagram. Don't worry, there will be a YouTube giveaway at some point. But
V-Carb's collab with Slawn, an artist who has done the whole livery for Silverstone, which looks
the
cool.
livery
by the
looks
way.
sick.
Does look good.
I wonder what other teams are going to do special liveries, or do you think it would just be them?
I'm surprised if McLaren don't.
Yeah, maybe McLaren will.
But it was like, wasn't it the 60th year anniversary or something last year? So
Well, this is a huge F1 race, isn't it? So much is going to go into this because it's 75 years of F1 and the British Grand Prix. So imagine how crazy it's going. I can't wait to get... We haven't been to an F1 race this year.
no, we haven't. That's weird.
Yeah, it's the longest we've been doing this and haven't been to one. So it's going to be pretty unreal.
Yeah, I think it's one of my favourites too.
Yeah, you said it's one of your favourite tracks.
Bar the weather. Apparently it's going to rain.
Yeah, but the sun is now coming back out.
Yeah. It is. Also, if anyone's got a room in Milton Keynes or Northampton, can we stay with you, please?
Should we tell them the situation?
The situation is that we didn't know how long we were going to the Grand Prix for.
No, we thought maybe just Saturday or Sunday.
Just Sunday? Turns out, I think we're going for Friday and Saturday as well. So we didn't book anywhere to stay, and there's no hotels.
No, and I did pitch camping.
Yeah, we thought about renting a camper van.
We did think about renting a camper van. And then we've looked hotels everywhere, and now we've got a couple of days. Either way, we'll be there, because we will just travel up.
Yeah.
But it would be fun to stay there and actually like watch the shows, bit of Sam Fender.
Yeah. So if anyone who's watching is like rich, got a massive house, I don't want to be staying in like a 3-bed townhouse with a random viewer.
You do realise we're going to be staying way worse than that with what we're booking.
Yeah, but at least we're not with a random
pitching out
person that
there.
we don't know.
I would like a swimming pool.
Can you imagine like staying in like some random person's house, waking up at night and they're just breathing over you?
Standing over you.
It'll be weird. Maybe don't reach out.
No, we're good actually. Thank you,
we're
mate.
alright. Yeah.
It was a nice call out, but we'll see some of you at Silverstone for sure. Big weekend for Williams coming up.
Is it?
Yeah, off the back of a double DNF, they need something pretty special in Silverstone, I think. And I think they might get it. I do think they might get it because I think if Williams are looking at like a layout of where they want to be good in the year, I think Silverstone would be one of the major ones.
Yeah.
So you'd expect them to be bringing, really, where Stake finished last week, that should have been Williams. They should have really been like 8th and 9th.
Yeah, with the Williams, it performs a lot like the Mercedes in the way that it prefers the cooler temps,
Okay.
cooler circuits. I've just made that up,
No, it's true.
but I think it's true because they use the Mercedes power unit, etc. Right? So yeah, so coming into Silverstone, if we're having a cooler race, could benefit the drivers massively.
So is that set, Fab's weather report, that it's going to be cold?
Maybe
we can have an actual weather report?
Yeah, all right, we can go in.
Let's go in
with
for a full weather report. Friday,
Fab's weather report for the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. It's got to be a washout.
Oh, no.
It's got to be an absolute
Is it raining?
washout.
Whoa.
We have 40% of rain on Saturday. Heights of 21 degrees though. So
Rainbows.
yeah, potentially. Yeah. Tropical vibe. Sunday, 40% of rain again.
Well, I mean, the percentages are there.
Yeah, they are.
Does it say, like, for how long?
Precipitation. No.
What?
I got nothing.
What?
I got nothing.
Precipitation. Does that mean for how long?
I actually don't know. This pod's falling apart, isn't it?
Yeah, completely. It's because you've been on holiday.
The Met Office is actually saying no rain at all. So,
Who are we going to trust here? Who are we going to trust?
look, I'm just going to live in hope that Williams have a great weekend. I want Mercedes to have a great weekend. McLaren, you know, they probably will have a good weekend, but they've had enough good weekends. I want to see some of these other teams coming up. I want to see a shock podium.
Well, from Austria, Ferrari are the closest, aren't they? They're 3rd and 4th.
Yeah.
Do you think they might be able to catch, or Williams just got... No, sorry, McLaren just completely gone out front now?
I think Ferrari have no idea how they did that in Austria. I don't think they've got a clue how they did that in Austria.
Really?
Yeah, I think they just found themselves there.
It's not a very hard track, is it? I mean, I know it's easy to sit here and say that, but compared to the other ones, like, a lot of the drivers...
You sound like Danica Patrick, mate.
Well, no.
That's an easy track to drive.
No, to be fair, some of the drivers say the same. It is it's only 10 turns.
Yeah, it's nothing, is there?
So I don't think I don't really know where I'm going anyway. We're talking about Silverstone, so...
Yeah, so...
Yeah. Like the vid and subscribe. Anyway, which top 3?
Top 3 prediction for the Silverstone Grand Prix. In third position, I'm going for Lewis Hamilton.
Hey! LH, very nice, 44.
In second position, I'm going George Russell.
Very nice. Do.
And in first position, it's got to be Lando Norris.
Lando Norris,
it's gotta be Lando.
okay. Back to back. So by the end of the Silverstone Grand Prix, Lando Norris is going to be leading us. That's where you're going?
Maybe, yeah, well, I guess so, yeah. I didn't really think about it, but yeah.
No, if Lando wins the championship, would love that just as much as would love it to be Oscar, obviously. But I just want it to be Oscar that little bit more because he's been here.
Yeah, you'd be like, well done, Lando.
The invitation is still open to Lando to come and do the Pitstop fast slap anytime he wants.
He knows, mate. I think he's scared.
I think he might be a bit
I think
scared.
he's scared of that. You look at that leaderboard, it's a mighty leaderboard.
Yeah, I mean, Matt Gallagher being above Gabby Bortoletto
is
one of the craziest things.
Is ridiculous.
We don't make a big deal out of that, by the way, because Matt won't shut up about it.
Yeah, I'll go straight to his head. But he is above Gabriel Bortoletto, a Formula One driver. So, yeah. What's your top 3, mate?
Top 3, I'm going for third place. Ooh, let's be different. Ooh, this is the first week I've come unprepared. Normally you're unprepared.
Yeah.
Okay. Third place is going to be Lando Norris.
Okay.
Second place is going to be George Russell.
Oh.
And first place is going to be Lewis Hamilton.
I like it. I do like that.
Yeah.
And he deserves it. And I think I just want to clear something up now. I know we've made choice comments about everyone on the grid, but some people really, really seem to get upset if we have a little laugh and a joke about Lewis Hamilton. And I'd like to clear it up right now. Lewis Hamilton is the fucking GOAT. Lewis Hamilton is the fucking greatest of all time. Okay? And there's nothing you can say about it. So if we want to chuck a little joke at Lewis, you know, or George, or whoever it is, give us a bit of slack. Cut us a bit of slack.
Well, these people have the most amount of fans, don't they? You can't please everyone. If you say anything about Lewis, you're going to piss off someone because so many people love him. Yeah. But you are spot on. Like, so much respect for him and everything he has done and his legacy in the sport. But obviously, we're going to talk about it from any point of view we would about any other driver.
Yeah, and we talk about things as a question. You know, we don't. Yeah, sometimes we do.
Open brackets.
That's it. It's an open bracket question. Yeah, like we don't always come in like, this is what we think.
No.
It's like, could Lewis Hamilton? You know, could
this?
You know?
We don't go straight in.
Exactly. Yeah. So
we like to tease a little bit.
Yeah. So people need to go easy on us.
We're going to a gala ball tonight.
Well, yeah, we're going to the Grand Prix ball.
I know. Can you believe that? We're going to wear our black ties.
I can't believe it because we're going to be sat on the same table as Damon Hill. Damon Hill.
I'm going to try and get him on the show.
Yeah, well, we have tried. But
I know, but we know he said he listens to the show when he walks his dog, so surely this should be quite an easy one for us to get on.
No, he's a busy man. He's got a documentary coming out.
Damon, the documentary, what does he do in it?
Well, it's about his Formula One career.
That makes perfect sense. He won the World Championship in 1996, the year I was born.
And when else?
Pardon?
What other year did he win the championship?
Nah, go away.
What?
He's a one-time world champion.
No, that's Jenson Button.
Damon Hill is a two-time world champion.
You should know that because you guys were born on the
I
same
can't
day.
now. We can't do that and then I sit on his table later, can we?
No, you need to find out ASAP.
No,
Otherwise,
you're
you
lying.
could blow the whole thing.
You're lying.
And there'd be no chance he comes on the pod.
You're lying.
I'm not lying, mate.
How many world championships does Damon Hill have? Damon Hill won one Formula One world championship. You thinking of Graham?
I think that's wrong.
You thinking of Graham?
We'll just pretend that he's got
Let's see how
two.
many Graham's got. Graham Hill World Championships. Here we go.
A Formula One podcast.
Graham Hill has won 2 Formula One
I was
World
getting him mixed up with his
Championships.
dad.
Happens
Yeah,
to
that's
the
what it
best
was.
of us.
It does, yeah. We're similar guys. We're going to be sat on a table with Damon Hill tonight.
Tell him the other one on the
At the
table.
Grand Prix ball. Alexandra Burke.
What's the song? I've gone completely
Can't
blank.
remember. And also Denise Van Outen.
Hallelujah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Denise Van Outen. Nice.
Who else?
Harry Benjamin, hopefully.
Harry
I'm not
Benjamin.
sure who else might be on it.
No.
I'm not sure.
Queen Bee
Yeah?
as well. Yeah, a few people. I've got no idea what the Grand Prix ball is.
No, we've never been to anything
Never
like
been.
this in our lives.
Never even heard about it. But we're going to go and we're going to see how it is. We'll probably talk about it in the next episode.
Yeah, have a few drinks. Our Instagram is at Pitstop. Maybe we'll put some stories up so you can see what we're wearing or what we get up to.
Yes.
Come and have a look.
Yep. Hit the bell notification button.
Yeah, hit the bell
Hit the
notification.
subscribe button.
And hopefully we'll see some of you at Silverstone. This is like the busiest week of our lives, by the way.
This is probably the worst pod we've ever filmed as well.
We've got like barely any spare time, so I hope that this is enjoyable. I hope we see some of you at Silverstone.
Yeah. Hope for a good race.
Yeah,
And some good shows because there's people playing music, right?
yeah, can't wait for
Main
that.
stage.
Best of luck to everyone camping.
Becky Hill.
Yeah.
Bring the funk. Sam Fender on Thursday. What's that all about? Who's going to Silverstone on a Thursday?
No, but we decided it's for the people there already, didn't we?
Yeah, campers.
Yeah, those campers. Have a great time. Hope it
Yeah.
doesn't rain too much.
Yeah, have a wonderful time. Maybe see you there. Maybe not. Enjoy your weekend if you're staying at home, watching it from home. Yeah, have a great time. Thanks for tuning in. See you then.
Yeah. See everyone on Monday. Fab is home now, so we are back to a normal schedule. Thank God.
No, we ain't because you're going on holiday.
Oh yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Which is going to be really fun.
Yeah.
See you on Monday. Goodbye.
Bye.